Hello, good morning. I am going to just wait and see if everybody can hear me. Oh, hi, Chris. Hello. Can you give me a thumbs up or say hi if you could, or write a comment in that you can write a comment below to let me know you can see me and hear me. That would be amazing. And just checking that it's all going to be working. Okay, cool. Brilliant. I can see and hear myself. Amazing. Good morning, everybody. Thank you to everybody who is joining us as we speak for today's. I knew this was going to happen. My furry friend here wants to say hello, who is joining us for our live stream today. As soon as she's been asleep all morning, and as soon as I start talking, she gets up and starts wandering. But that's my new co-worker whilst we're working from home. Just to say thank you all so much for tuning into today's Facebook Live. I'm doing these because I really want to give something back to the business community during this time, which is really unsettling for many, small and large and everything in between, for businesses, small and large and everything in between. But, you know, the show must go on, and businesses, it's a really great opportunity, I think, for everybody to learn something maybe new, to develop on stuff that they already know. And also just an opportunity for, like I said, me to give back to people. And hopefully, even if you've got £10 to spare on Facebook advertising to try and get some brand awareness out there over the coming weeks, then I really hope this presentation helps you guys to do that. So today's Facebook Live, I'm planning on doing these weekly for the next few weeks. So if there is any subject matter around social media that you would like me to cover, please let us know. You can do that by popping it in the comments box below, or you can send me a message. That's absolutely fine. And we'll factor it into the plan. So it's very much guided around you guys. If you have any questions or comments as we go this morning, then please pop them into the comments box below, and I will pick them up and answer them as best I can. It's probably going to be about 20 to 30 minutes long. The replay will be here for you guys to watch later. Please feel free to do that. If you are watching on the replay, then you can, and you have questions, I'll be checking in on the page as the days go by anyway, so that's absolutely fine as well. Okay, today's session then is all about Facebook ads. Now, this is an introduction to Facebook ads, okay? Other way around. This isn't, I couldn't cover everything about Facebook advertising in such a short amount of time. But you'll see here, just quickly before I start, actually, you'll see here that this slide deck is called Boost with Facebook. So this is part of the She Means Business program, which I'm an accredited trainer for Facebook and Instagram. So just to give a big plug there for the She Means Business program and Enterprise Nation. So introduction to Facebook ads. I'm going to be coming out of the screen here shortly. And I'll put this on full screen so you don't have to see me all the time, but I will keep popping back in to say hi so you can see me and know that I'm here. But my name is Natalie Sherman, for anybody who's new to watching me on Facebook Live. My business is called Naturally Social. We are a social media and communications agency based in Wiltshire. We love to work with people who put purpose before profit. And we really want to make an impact in the world. We offer social media training, mentoring, as well as social media management, but we also offer the expertise and resources to businesses who don't have a communications function in-house. So that includes everything from content to PR to web, etc. This morning, some of the things I'm going to be covering off in the presentation are around Facebook advertising is how to use Facebook ads to grow awareness for your business, how to choose the right page promotion, how to create some of those page promotions, and how to measure and optimize your promotions. Okay, so hopefully that sounds great. It always sounds great. Hopefully that sounds good to you guys. As I said, if you have any questions, do let me know. One of the things I find when talking to small businesses, to small business owners and people who work in a small business, is they don't know what the right objective is to create on a Facebook boost, or how to create an advert on Facebook. What way should they, what method should they choose? So hopefully this will help. As I said, questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Cool, okie dokie. So I'm just going to they don't oh, I've gone silent again, have I? This happened last time. Hello. Hello. Oh, good. You can hear me, Mum? My mum's watching. It's lovely, isn't it? All that support. Okay. Maybe it's because of how I was streaming the video. Let's try. Okay, let's try it like this then. If I stay here, we'll do it this way. Okay, so yeah, one of the 4 things that you need to think about when running a Facebook ad is your business goal. So what's the reason that you're running the ad? It's very easy to cough over or give £10, £20 over into a Facebook boosted post because it says this post is performing really well. But you need to think that, what is the objective behind that? What does that post say? What are you trying to get out of it? Is it about brand awareness? Are you trying to drive sales, click-throughs to your website? All those things will actually help define whether or not you press boost post and how much money you spend, etc. The other thing is you need to think about your audience. Who is it that you're trying to target? What age and gender are they? What interests do they have? There are millions and billions of people using Facebook. How do we define getting to your ideal client? Thirdly, it's your budget. How much do you have to spend? So keep in mind your goal and your overall advertising budget. Be realistic. Facebook's great at showing you how much it's going to cost. So play around with those functions and I'll show you that very shortly. And lastly, it's all about the creative. Photos, images, videos, captions. What have you got that you can put on these Facebook ads and what do you need? Okay, top tip there is about getting some decent photos, images, and videos. Okay. So, your various advertising options. You can advertise options. You can have a automated ad now on your Facebook page. So if you go to the promote button, you will be able to access some automated ads. These are really straightforward and simple way of you for Facebook to do all the work for you. Okay, how you access that? Go down to the promote button on the left-hand side of your page. Click get started with automated ads. Select all the ways that you do business. What's the best way? Facebook will then pre-populate some interests that they think your customers share, but you could also add in some more. It then asks about your objective and how much money you have to spend, and then it will set up a few versions of your advert. So the reason why I share this video is because it's really step by step. When you do it manually, there we go, we've created your automated ads. When you do it manually, it can be quite daunting, and there's a lot of stuff to think about, yeah? Whereas when you use the automated ads, it will take you through the process one step at a time, and all you have to do is input a few keywords and some imagery, and it will do the rest for you. So I'm going to run through that video once again for you guys to see. And if we go back a slide. On the left-hand side of the page, you have this promote button. Yeah, when you look at your Facebook page, click on this little video, and this is how it prompts you to set up your advert. So really straightforward, easy and helpful. Based on the kind of category that you set up your page in, Facebook has all this information for you already. You can tweak it, the suggestions that it comes up with, but it's usually pretty accurate. Cool, I'm just gonna quickly check in while the rest of that's playing to see if we've got any more comments. Cool. Everybody still hear me okay, hopefully? Brilliant. So some tips for running effective ads with the automated ads option is to answer questions about your business. If you're going to set up an advert, try and provide value about what it is that you do. Yeah, answer a question. FAQs are great for this. Think about that customer in mind. Take advantage of automated ads and run up to 6 ad versions at a time. Okay, and the last tip is, or another tip, is to run ads for at least 7 days. A lot of people will run them for a lot shorter, but with when you run them for 7 days, it gives Facebook enough time to learn what works with what audience out of those 6 different ad versions. And in the automated ad button, Facebook will create those 6 variations for you. So you don't have to think about creating those different content and stuff like that. So automated ads is a kind of a step forward from just your average boosting a post. And it will allow you to do some what we call A/B split testing, different ad versions. And when you run it for at least 7 days, Facebook then learns what ad works with what audience, and then it can work better for you and make your money work harder. So the usual way that people know, the kind of primary way that people are familiar with running ads on Facebook is what they call the boosted post. So this is where a post is created on your Facebook page already. So it's something that you've put out on your organic feed. And then at the bottom, you have this boost post button. Okay, this is the easiest way and one of the kind of entry-level ways to start putting money behind adverts on Facebook. The other way is what we call through Ads Manager. We're not going to be touching on Ads Manager today. I might do a separate Facebook Live in the next couple of weeks about Ads Manager. If that's of interest, please let me know and we can factor that into the schedule, okay? So boosting a post, or so you can click on boost post, or you can do it via the promote button again down the left-hand side. Oh, go back a step. Slides there. And so you can select the boost post button there as well from that promote section on your page. When you click on boost post, you will have this little box appear on the center of your page, okay? And it gives you all of this, the various options that you can change down here. So this is a real simple way to get your ad up and running if you're not using the automated section. Down the right, on the right-hand side is your preview. So this will show you what it's looking like once you press boost, okay? It's key that you use this section here to preview what it looks like on mobile newsfeed, desktop, and all the Instagram stories, Facebook stories, etc. So you can actually see what your advert looks like. And that should help you to dictate what you're doing over on this section here. Okay, because if you write loads of text in this box here, it's likely that for a mobile, it will become cut off. You have to click see more. We want to avoid doing that. It needs to be short, snappy. Like it said in the tips, try and answer a question. Tell people why they should do what it is that you're asking them to do. If you want them to like your page, why should they like your page? If you want them to click through, download something, why should they click to download it? Okay, so those are some of the questions that you need to ask. The format of your ad creative is here. So is it a single, and these are all drop down, so single image, video, slideshow. You can browse a library of your own pictures. So this will be from your computer or through your page. So if you've got lots of photos already on your page, you can access it here. Oh. And then you can also access free stock images. So if you do struggle with photography for your company or your business, then please access the free stock images section of Facebook because they're high quality pictures. But just bear in mind that a lot of advertising these days work better when the photography is from your company and it's authentic. However, those stock images can be useful for a lot of things. Okay, so when you click on the ad creative, oh, here we go. Sorry, it's talking you through that. So you can edit the ad creative. You can drop down arrow to look at your desktop news feed. So this is now you can see what it looks like as it changes. And then when you click on image assets, so when you clicked on that single image box that I mentioned, you can see you've got these options across the top to access all those things. So you've got a whole host of stock images, images that might have already been used by your account, and any images that are already on your page or have indeed been shared on your Instagram. Once you've added in your text and you've added in what you want to say and you've selected your visuals, then you've got your call to action button, and you can actually change this and have a think about what makes the most sense for your business. What are you trying to get out of that advert? Do you want them to apply for something, book somewhere, contact you, download something, etc.? Don't just leave it and the bog standard learn more. Okay, so that is how to change, and I would definitely recommend when you select on the boost post is to use this function here about previewing it for a start, and if you need to edit any text, edit your text. Okay. So next thing is about advertising objectives. Okay. Oh, hello people, some questions. Hi Ali, thanks for joining. Catherine, cool. I can definitely add Ads Manager to the list of stuff. What's the advantage of a boost versus ads created through Ads Manager? Great question, Catherine. So I'll come on to that actually a little bit now. Mainly, it's around ease of use. So using the promote button on the front of your page, if you aren't a kind of digital advertiser, is the easiest way to control and set up adverts. Budget-wise, if you've got larger budgets, then it would dictate you to use Ads Manager, because you will likely be setting up a whole host of different types of ads, and it will give you more flexibility to control those. So it's definitely about budgets, and also objectives as well. So if you have a shop, for example, on your Facebook page, if you're an e-commerce site, then using Ads Manager is a lot better for you. Cool. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. We're 20 minutes in and I'm rambling, so I'm going to try and whiz through some of this so we don't keep you waiting for keep you watching for ages and wasting your day. But thank you. Any other questions, please do come forward. So advertising objectives. This is not new to many marketers, but when you are running ads on Facebook, you need to think of ultimately a sales funnel. Yeah, we want to create awareness with our ideal target market. We then want to funnel them into a consideration phase to buy from us or to take action with us. And then we want to convert those people who have shown interest, who have found us and shown interest, into customers. Okay, so we like to share it as a little downwards kind of funnel-esque element. So first of all, we want to throw the net really wide with our adverts, gather loads of interest in what we do. Then we want to funnel them down to consider purchasing for us. And then we want to convert them into paying customers. And this works for service, product, any type of business. This is how you want to think of it. When I mentioned at the beginning, what's your objective? If you're new to Facebook ads, don't go straight into conversion objective, particularly if you're new as a relatively new brand as well. But this is how, Catherine, you asked in terms of Ads Manager, you are able to have greater control over each one of these objectives when you're creating your ads. And I would say ads, because it ranges in price, these are your cheapest ads to run, these are your most expensive. This is kind of where your boosted post sits. This is where your automated ads kind of sit. And then, yeah, I tend to use Ads Manager for that objective. So these are just a few examples in each of those categories. So if you're, for the awareness objective, if your business goal was to increase people's awareness of your business, then you would use the promote page objective. If you want to show your ad to as many people as possible, then you can boost your post, and then that just literally gets as much reach. If you want to reach people near your business, we use the objective that's on the page called promote your business locally. And that actually then targets people based on their location to your business page, or where you've said your location is of your business. Let me go into the consideration element. So if your business goal is to, so this is the second phase of the funnel. So once you've got loads of interest, and everybody locally knows us, let's say, if your business goal was to send people to a website or download a blog, etc., then use the objective to get more website visitors. If you want to reach people who are more likely to engage with your post, and so i.e. you want people to comment on things, share stuff, like, then again, the boosted post objective is the better one for that. And if you want to encourage people to download your business app, if you have a business app, then there is actually a promote your app consideration objective. And for videos, boost post with video. Okay, and then finally, the consideration section element of that funnel. So we're trying to, sorry, not finally. There's some more consideration elements. We've got leads, objectives to get people to download things such as newsletters. We've got objective to get more messages. If you want to have a one-to-one interaction, if you want to encourage people to call your business, and events, because events work really well on Facebook. Boosting events, key tip there. Boosting events are a great objective to run and a good use of your money. Okay, and then I think I took out, that's right, I took out the conversion goal because it is much more complicated and it needs to be linked in with a shop and you need Ads Manager for that stuff. Okay, so we would be working more on the awareness and consideration. Cool, okay, let me just quickly check back if there's any questions following up from that bit. Oh, good, you haven't got anywhere to go. Funny that. Catherine, yes, very true. Okie dokie, so hopefully that made sense. Yeah, we've already talked about, you know, when you start to put money behind Facebook, if you're going to start putting money behind Facebook, think about what your objective is, what you're trying to get people to do, and those various objectives we've just looked through there. Yeah, all of these things down the right hand side. Do you want to start getting more calls, more awareness, etc.? Think about how much money you're prepared to spend. Think about who it is you're going to target and really define them, because you can't target everybody, because not everybody will be interested in what you do. And think about what visuals you have to create the advert. Okay, because you do need good content and videos are better for your ads. So I mentioned there about reaching your most meaningful audience. Okay, you have access to millions, billions of people on Facebook, but they're not all your customer. When you run ads on Facebook, whether you boost a post or run it through Ads Manager, you have the opportunity to really define your ideal market and make the most of your money. Okay. Again, when people boost posts or promote stuff, they tend to they kind of just leave it as it is. And it'll likely, the audience here will just say, people living in, like this one, India, age 18 to 65, and that's it. It's this bit here that you really need to define when choosing your ideal market, ideal audience, okay? When you click on that, when you click on the edit here of your audience, you get this little section where you can really start to define who it is that you want to see your adverts. Give your audience a name because it will save it for you for another date. If you want to use it, really think about, is this more valid for men? Is it more valid for women? Top tip, depending on who you're targeting, your voice and your language should be slightly different. Yeah, if you're speaking to a man versus a woman, because we interact and engage with different stuff. Really consider your age range that you're trying to target here, and this can be changed. And then your location, where are they based, and you can edit how far they are around you. So 1 kilometer radius, 10 kilometer, 20 kilometer, etc. And then this is the interesting bit is you get, I can't get my words out. Underneath this element here, you have the detailed targeting section. And this is what not many people tend to use. This is where you can start plugging in their interests. If you just click into this box, you can start to type in the things that your ideal target market might be interested in. For me, it might be business development, entrepreneurship, Facebook advertising, Instagram, all those sorts of things, okay? And you would be surprised at the amount of targeting factors and demographics you can get in here. Once you start to populate a few of these, and then you click suggestions, Facebook will open up a whole raft of other stuff for you to use. Now, top tip here, because I see this quite a lot, don't get too excited when you start plugging in all those demographics, because you really need to think about, okay, I am targeting women who are interested in social media, who run a business, who don't know how to advertise. And when you start seeing all the kind of opportunities, all the options in the targeting, you then start your picture of who it is you're targeting grows and grows and grows. And as a result, you're not actually defining or speaking to any one person, and your adverts could miss the mark. So use it because it's amazing. Don't get overly excited. Just keep that target person in your mind. What is it that they're interested in, etc. Okay, then at the bottom it will tell you whether or not your estimated audience is too small, and really what we're trying to aim for is to get it here in the middle to over this side. Really, we're saying these days to try and make your audience larger as opposed to down this end, because things like ad blockers and people, knowing how to block adverts and stop seeing adverts in their newsfeed means that people aren't necessarily getting good value for money. So there we go, estimated audience. And these things change the more demographics that you add in. So, in this first option, the person has, in this example, we've put London, Oxford, and we've put so many targeting factors probably that it's far too niche. And on the other side, if we put in far too many, as I said, it's far too broad. Okay. And just done that. Yes, good. Okay, so coming on to the final part then. Once you've entered all your audience and you've given it yourself some money, then you're ready to go, and you would press the boost or promote button. The other part to bear in mind, once you've then got your ads running, is it's really important to measure and manage your results. A lot of people stick 20 quid, 30 quid, 100 quid behind an advert, and then they just let it run and they don't come back to it, or they just want to, keep seeing stuff. So I always say to monitor the performance of your adverts. And Catherine, this is another benefit to using Ads Manager, because with Ads Manager, you can change the text and the targeting and the creative quite easily in one place. When you've boosted a post, you can't actually edit the text because that post is already on your newsfeed, if that makes sense. When you use Ads Manager, adverts are running in the background, versus a boosted post, which you have to create that content on your page, so you can't actually change the text and stuff. So if you're running an advert for 7 days and you're boosting a post, if after 3 days you thought that's not working, you would be able to pause it or change the targeting, but you wouldn't be able to touch any of the creative per se. Okay, whereas Ads Manager, you have control over all those things. So I always say leave it about 48 hours or so to before you start thinking, whether or not you need to change an element of your advert, because that's how long it takes for Facebook's algorithms to start kicking in. But certainly after 4 or 5 days, if it's not working, then pull the plug, change something, pause it. Okay, so in your ad center, when you look at your page here, click on Ad Center at the top, and this is how you'll be able to view the effectiveness or the performance of your boosted posts or automated ads. So you can see how many link clicks you're getting, how many comments, how many shares. You can see what your objective was, how much money you've spent, and what your budget was. And on the right-hand side here, you can see how many people your advert was seen by, and what percentage of those was men versus women, as well as where did they see the advert. Did they see it in their mobile newsfeed, desktop, etc., and where do they live? So I would then use that information to inform the next part of your advertising strategy, or the next time you place an advert, basically. Because actually, if you started off in the early part of the process, targeting men and women who were based in London, let's say, and you had your advert running across every single element, so newsfeed, mobile, desktop, etc. And then actually these results told you that the majority of people who saw your ad or who interacted, did something here, were men, and they were in some place here, and they all accessed it from mobile. That's where you had the better results, and that will inform your strategy for next time, that I would probably put more money into targeting just men via mobile. Hope that makes sense. So I mentioned about editing and managing live promotions. I said Ads Manager is much better for doing this. But if you come to your page, click on Ad Center. Go to your posts that's currently being boosted, and then click on the edit option at the top. As I said, you won't be able to edit. If it's a boosted post, you won't be able to edit this bit here, but you will be able to edit your targeting functions. Sorry, distraction, someone outside. Cool, okay, so you can pause as well, pause ads. So as I said, if after 3 days it's actually not getting any traction, then you can pause your advert here as well and think about, actually, can you continue running it? Do you have the money to spend? And that's where I would think about doing stuff like that here. And to finish up, here's an example that I like to use when we talk about Facebook advertising. Perkbox. They are great at changing up their advertising strategy. So that's the other kind of top tip that I think I'll leave you with as we come into the end of this presentation today, is to change what you do when you work with Facebook ads, because this if this ad performs really well for you for 2-3 weeks, it's likely that after that the effectiveness of it will drop off. So you do need to change your adverts, and Perkbox do it really well. They they play around with their visuals here. They change this up. Sometimes it's video, sometimes it's pictures of them, sometimes it's cartoons like this. They play with their call to action button, whether it's learn more, shop, or buy. They always know who they are targeting here, and they change their text to suit them. Yeah, so they're answering a question here. Are you a director or a decision maker? Are you looking for ways to treat your employees to perks they will use and appreciate? Learn about Perkbox. And that tells them exactly why they should be clicking on the learn more. Yeah, and when they've targeted that, when they've paid to promote that, sorry, they will have put in factors like director, CEO, manager, and you can select business industries as well. So Perkbox are really good, and their co-founder here saying, Facebook's really allowed us to scale our business operations thanks to powerful targeting. Facebook's extensive reach allows us to tell our story to over 9.3 million people a month across the globe, that is, delivering multiple messages to different user profiles at the same time. So yeah, check out Perkbox. Okie dokie. Brilliant. So we are have come to the end. We've 40 minutes. You've had so much time from me today. Hope you've enjoyed this, guys, and that has been really useful. The key takeaways from today's session: page promotions are a great way to help you get started with Facebook advertising. As I said, don't dive straight into something like Ads Manager. Make use of the page roles that allow you to run ads. So I didn't cover that, but that's about admin settings. Make sure you choose the type of ad based on your business goal. So think about what you're trying to do. Always use eye-catching creative. Show what makes your business special. And target your ad based on gender, age, location, interests, and more. And lastly, set a budget and duration based on the total amount you are hoping to spend, or are able to spend, in fact. Brilliant. So that brings us to the end of our Facebook Live, our first Facebook Live for everybody home working. I hope that was really useful. As I said, if you do have any other questions, let me know. Thank you to everybody who tuned in and watched. It's been brilliant having you along with us. And things that I need to plug. Our next Facebook Live will be Wednesday, 10 AM again. And I'm going to be talking about Facebook groups and how to build a community using Facebook groups, which at the moment, I think groups are a great place for you to hang out. So you are welcome, Ali. No problem at all. Catherine, I'm really glad that makes sense. And you are very welcome. That's really useful. Look forward to the next one. Thank you. Yeah, so Facebook groups next week. How to really create a targeted, engaged audience using groups. I will set up a Facebook Live as well, Catherine, about an introduction to Ads Manager. We can do stuff on Instagram stories, Instagram, loads. I've got loads. So yeah, hopefully we've got a good few weeks in the bag ready for you. So next Wednesday, 10 AM, Facebook groups. If you're around on Fridays, I'm starting to do a live business shout out. If you are a small business in Wiltshire, we are offering you some free brand exposure, just as a little give back again. So you will be on an interview like this with me. It'll be, I'll just do a little screen. We'll be side by side, and I want to interview you guys and just talk about your business, what it is that you do, and like how you're adapting, etc., just to hopefully give you guys some exposure. If that's of interest, we're going to pop a link to a Survey Monkey in the comments, just for you to complete and fill in some key information about your business, and then we'll get you put into the schedule. It starts this Friday. I think we're doing it lunchtimes, 12 o'clock, I think. And then the other little ask for me is our newsletter. We're trying to build up our newsletter distribution list over the coming weeks, and we send out one newsletter a month. We put in there information about events that we're running. We also have blog content, and we also include top tips, so a monthly top tip. Amazing. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's me done. Once again, thank you so much, and I really hope to see you here next Wednesday. Catherine, quickly, got a last comment in there. Thanks all, sounds good. Really want to know how to discover more about the customers. Discover more about the customers through Facebook and Instagram ads. Okay, do you mean discover more how to target customers, or find out about them? Let me know, and we'll pick that up. Cool. Have a wonderful afternoon. The sun is shining. Enjoy. Take care. See you Friday if you're going to watch. Bye.